Hello everyone, Penny here. Today with Grandma's Kitchen. It is week 2, day 5. My grandpa had a particular way of letting Grandma know when he was finished with his meal. If he wanted more or if he didn't like what he ate, he had a silent system that no doubt came down from his English mother. He would turn his upside down coffee cup upright to let her know he wanted more coffee. She would notice and pour his coffee. He would place his meal on a large plate, take his bread, and sop up his plate until every crumb was gone, and the plate would be so clean you could eat off of it once again. He would then proceed to turn his plate upside down and place his dessert in the center of the back of his plate. Once again, he would take another bread, but a sweet bread this time, to sop up the remaining dessert. He then placed his messy, unfolded napkin on top of his upside-down plate. If he didn't want any more coffee, he would turn his coffee cup back upside down and then leave the table. This meant he was pleased with his meal and would not return. If he left his napkin refolded, resting nicely on top of the upside-down plate, that meant he would return for seconds after everyone else had eaten. Once again, if he left his coffee cup right side up, it meant that he wanted another cup. However, if he placed his folded napkin on top of his right side up coffee cup, that meant he would return for more coffee later in the evening. If he didn't like the meal, he would leave his plate facing the correct way with his messy napkin and silverware in the center of the plate. If he didn't like the coffee, he would leave his coffee cup resting the correct way with his spoon inside it. As I reflect on the day's readings, I realize this was their silent, humble, and prudent way of communicating without creating a fuss. It was a perfect system for avoiding arguments or taking on a spirit of offense, and it was a loving, humble way. Grandpa would politely get up from his seat, loosen his belt, and then proceed to wash dishes. As a child, I thought it was odd and snickered when he was out of the room, but all in all, he was a good man that honored his wife without saying a word. Therefore, he honored God. Romans chapter 13, verse 10. Love worketh no ill to his neighbor. Therefore, love is a fulfilling of the law. King James. All right. So I hope you, and this is my grandma, grandpa. This is the lady I'm talking about here. This is Grandma and Grandpa Lane, and they're sitting in their couch, sitting in their living room. So I hope you've enjoyed this today. Stay tuned for